How many more times will the broadcast cut off today? How many more times will it happen?
How many more times will the broadcast...
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just trying to test out when the broadcast actually cut off. And it apparently cut off right when I was talking about that Howard Clover knows something about 016 in the first place. Anyway, that password over there, yeah, that's the key, that's the ID password for the first path. We already know the second gate password from K's ending, so with those two information, we should be able to continue down the first path. I was thinking about just pretty much cutting off the stream for today right then and there. Yeah, but I gone too far right now. I gone too far for today, so I might as well press on. And with this key, the first gate shall be open to you. There you go. I hope we can meet again someday. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. What? Before she can answer. Cue cutscene of the base exploding. The world exploded to noise and light, and I disappeared along with it. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. Seriously, the broadcast couldn't have cut off during the credit sequence or something. Anyway, that's a Sigma ending. And so that's 6 endings down. I am just getting real sick of the broadcast interruptions. I really am. But we have 6 endings so far. 3 more go. And I think because the fact that we learned we have cybernetic arms, this path is now unlocked. So I think we can finally get 5 minutes of life here. But of course, before I can do that, I have to make the betray decision within this path. Oh dear, I am so not gonna like it. Betray. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. I could see the others filing out of their rooms as we did.
Why?
I didn't have an answer for her. All I could think about was that white liquid. What was it? Some kind of discharge? Blood? No, it couldn't be blood. Blood wasn't white. That was insane. I was lost in thought when Luna spoke.
I'm going to the infirmary.
Huh? Don't you want to see the results?
Why? I already know what they're going to be.
Her usually warm personality seemed to have gone cold. Whether it was because I chose to betray or because she noticed that something was wrong with my body, I couldn't say.
Excuse me.
And with that, she was gone. I turned back to the projection. With heavy steps, I headed toward Kei Dion Temiochi.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be happy. Nope, I don't think so.
points have been assigned. Please.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I just want to get it over with.
What the hell?
Sigma has 9 BP?
See? I told you! The bastard's finally showing his true colors. What the hell are you doing? Clover isn't even voting!
I have misjudged you. I never thought you would do something so cowardly.
There was nothing I could say. I had chosen betray of my own volition. But had I really pressed that button of my own free will? The more I thought about it, the more I felt as if some other force had guided my hand to the button. Perhaps it had been fear? I was scared by the white fluid that had appeared on my palm. Maybe that had been the tipping point and I had decided that I had to escape as soon as possible. Damn the consequences. If I got out, then the nightmare would be over. That's all it was, right? A nightmare. It couldn't have been real. White blood was insane, impossible. That was when I looked up and saw the others staring at my hand. Uh-oh. Shit. I quickly put my hand behind my back, but was already too late. They moved toward me like wolves closing in for the kill.
Sigma? What was that?
He was cut. It must have been blood.
But why was it white?
Isn't that obvious? He's not human.
Not human?
No! What are you saying? Of course I'm human. I'm 100% human.
And explain that white stuff.
I swear to God I have no idea what it is. You have to believe me.
I'm afraid you're not being very convincing.
Oh, you're one to talk. We can't even see you. You could be a robot. Maybe that's not even a suit. That's just you. Robot you.
No. That seems extremely unlikely. However bad my amnesia might be, I am quite sure of my humanity. I am, without a doubt, not a robot.
They probably just programmed you to think that.
Alright, it's pretty obvious this guy's dangerous and probably unhinged. We should take him down.
I agree.
Looks like there's no other way. Now that he's got 9 BP from stabbing Clover in the back, there's a good chance he'll try and get out of here by himself.
Hey, hold on a minute. Let's not do anything rash. Ugh. I didn't have a choice. I spun around and ran for the number 9 door.
No, I don't think so!
Shit, let me go! Let go of me! I was no match for all 3 of them. Before I could take 2 steps, I was on the floor, pinned. The desperation was only getting stronger, however, and I writhed and twisted in a futile effort to get free. God damn it, you have to let me go! This is all some kind of mistake! A misunderstanding! It's a conspiracy!
So, there's a conspiracy to turn your blood white? You're a funny guy.
Stop trying to get away. It's over.
Shit! Get off me! Let me go!
If you won't calm down, then you leave me no choice. I'd hoped we could avoid this. Try not to struggle too much.
No! Don't! Ugh. Ugh. The first thing I felt when I woke up was the hard pain of a bruise all the way across my neck. K must have suffocated me. My head felt like it had been stuffed with cotton, and I had to put out a hand to stay myself as I stood up. Where am I? Is this the infirmary? How long had I been out? My foot bumped into something, and I looked down to see the injection gun. A glass vial labeled Sopro was still attached to it. The anesthetic. After choking me, they made sure I wasn't getting up in the near future. That meant I could have been asleep for a long time. Where is everyone? I glanced around the room. It was empty, except for me. It took me a moment to realize what was especially odd about that. Even Quark and Alice had disappeared. What the hell's going on? That was when I noticed it. Quark and Alice weren't the only things that had disappeared. Two other things. Two other very important things were also gone. My bracelet and my left hand. For a long moment, I just stared, dumbstruck. What I was seeing couldn't possibly be real. But there was a smooth cross-section of my arm where a hand should have been. A thick, white liquid dripped slowly from the stump. What is this? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah! A scream clawed its way out of my body, taking my mind with it. Then after that, nothing. Yeah, just like Quark's game over. Yeah, I'm definitely regretting that. I was definitely regretting that. Well, speaking of Quark, I could go ahead and do Quark's path right here. But instead, since I now have both the ID and the password for this, I'm gonna see what's behind these two gates. And see what's inside that computer once and for all. So I'm skipping until the computer. Yeah, the login. Alright, so the ID code we should get from Sigma's path. GTF DML 016. Gotta make sure the last three spaces of the ID are numbers. And next is the password, which you should get via K's ending, which is M-I-K-E. Oh, sorry, no. I misread it. M-I-L-K-E-V-O-L-I. Fi, come over here.
What's wrong?
I got in.
What? How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up? Doesn't have anything to do with this.
Oh, that's bullfi, and you know it. You sure? It might.
What? I don't...
Look, just forget about that. Come take a look at this.
Sure. Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here. Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at one another for several more minutes. But no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You still don't make any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm not.
And the AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. Alright, let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she'd asked for. GTF DML016. You know, the GT something something M just kind of looked familiar to something. Maybe it's a Golem number or something. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, opened one. I knew it. It's a Golem unit. I kind of figured that. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a Golem?
Looks like it.
So was GTF DML016 a Golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
What? What the heck? That's Luna's picture! Are you telling me this is Luna's a Golem? And a 016. So was Clover really talking about Luna? No, that does not make any sense. How would Clover know 016 instead of saying Luna? She obviously had to mean something else, but what? Luna.
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT? ABT?
It's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look like human, it does. Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
So it was about to reveal that Luna was a Golem. That's why he got deactivated.
I see. Luna was a Golem, and DML016 was her product ID.
That must have been what Golem was trying to tell us when he was stopped. But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero Senior?
Probably. Look. At the bottom of the screen it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission? You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want a robot as a participant? You think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something?
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
What?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot. That might almost explain the whole game, actually. Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a Golem, I mean.
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. When I told you about what happened with Golem in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like the Chinese room.
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew it?
Yeah. Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. Currently operational. Executing special mission. Whoa! Wait, what the hell? Luna's
You
dead.
think robots die? She was only injected with muscle relaxant.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Of course! Luna's the one who opened the AB gate!
That might not be the only thing she did. Look,
What do you
what
mean?
are the last 3 digits of her product ID?
016.
And where have we seen that before?
No. No, I don't believe it! Are you saying it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and Tamiochi?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
The crew quarters, of course, I remember. No, I just do not believe Luna killed them. I just cannot believe Luna killed anybody. Well, Luna's gone. We were right.
Yeah.
Why? Why would Luna?
And I trusted.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
Right. Off we go then.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner.
Oh yeah, forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, with her bracelet, there's 3 in that room. I stepped outside and set Luna's bracelet down, then head back into the AB room.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Wait! Sigma!
Huh? Luna! Luna? Uh-oh.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Wait! What the hell is going on? Why is Luna here?
She's probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms?
Yeah.
How's she going to vote?
The tray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP, right?
Yeah. Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally. We could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8,
Oh gosh.
7, 6, 5, 4,
What do I choose?
And I trusted.
2, 1.
I'm probably in denial, but I still don't think Luna could have done all those things, like murder. I'm sorry, Five, I'm still gonna choose ally. I still trust Luna.
Round 3. of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Hey, Sigma, are you insane? Why the hell did you choose Ally?
Wait, we can talk about that later. Right now... She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... there it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
Then she let the system vote Ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Right, to the results.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Yeah, just Luna. Me and Luna just seeing the results. And of course, since nobody voted for the two teams here, they get the skulls, which means death. But how can they get a deader? And yeah, Luna voted Ally.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to Ally automatically. And the other 6 got penalized. Here are some more AB game rules for you. Not voting is not an option. If both parties refuse to vote, then everybody gets penalized. In other words, one person out of every color group of 3 has to vote. Then again, 5 of them are already dead. We don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet's already off.
Yeah, that means all those penalties are meaningless. Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You're kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that. Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too, right?
Luna.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 4 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates.
Fi and I checked her bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair just like before, but Fi had changed to a red solo. It didn't really matter though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door and we'd never have to play another AB game again.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the silent door. I followed on her heels. Alright, investigating the crew quarters. Nobody's there. Then the infirmary. They're still chained together along with the... there's still the body of the old woman. Nothing news there, so next is the lounge. Nobody's here. Then the pantry. Nobody's here. Then warehouse B. Nobody's here. Then the security room. Nobody's here. Then the rec room. Still the dead bodies of Kay and Dio. Golem Bay. Still the deactivated Golem.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
There are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah. According to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it, and how?
There's only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. What the heck are those things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
What mint pods? Even as I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why. But I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was a strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
The one on the left. Is it being used?
Glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Quark! And back to Warehouse A. Our feet pounded across the floor of the warehouse.
This is it.
Quark's body bounced in my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. The pod's display had given us a little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic, which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too? Think about
What?
it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay. There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
But why?
Why doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
016. And again, how could Clover possibly know that?
And what's that the same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
In the AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have for not being able to move the crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive, but look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer? Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here.
The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn, don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it. You ready?
You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
Here we go. With a heavy, labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind used to move industrial cargo. Fi turned to face me, and I shoved Quark into her arms. Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Fi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma! Listen to me! You can't do this!
Sorry, Fi, but I made my choice.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary Game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I had no regrets. In fact, with Fi's and Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives have been achieved, and a difficult choice has been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting. Luna, I knew you'd be here.
You knew?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. I'm not sure what you meant just now, but are you talking about something that happened in another history?
What?
I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately, she twisted the dial on the bottom. Yeah, listen to the music again. Yeah, it's relaxing enough.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually, I already know you didn't do it.
Oh? Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
Alright. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. Might as well start with the old woman. There's no point being around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatter all the way up to the elbow. Except for a stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered with blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously, none of our bracelets have blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelet had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed her.
Then why are you so sure?
Because he confessed.
What?
After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me, I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you're not going to try and bring up Nox's 10 Commandments. Now just hold the phone here. Do we have some form of Nox's 10 Commandments or something? Oh yeah, right here. The criminal must be mentioned early on. All supernatural preternatural agencies are ruled out. No more than one secret room or passage. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any appliance which will need a long scientific explanation. No one with extrasensory perception or similar powers can appear. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. The detective must not commit the crime. The detective must declare any clues he may discover. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must conceal nothing from the reader. And twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unannounced. Yeah, I think during the course of this game... Yeah, this game pretty much breaks all 10 of these rules. Because I don't think it's trying to be like the Ronald Knox mystery novels. Doesn't really matter if it's against the rules or fair. The truth is the truth. Let's say that Incident P happens, and after that, the timeline splits into Timeline A and Timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in Timeline A on the information I found in Timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place, P. If you trace the history of both timelines, you'd end up back at Incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with Incident P by visiting Timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story. I don't know that it'd be unfair, per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules. Like, you know, the principle of causality. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the Nonary Game. Somehow he'd gotten in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. But the fact remains that he did. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. No, wait, actually, he probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off. So he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its neighbor. He probably didn't expect that they'd move, or he would have put it somewhere else. After that, he headed back into the AB room that the woman had left. Quark would have still been fast asleep, so as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murderers. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murderer.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone.
Yeah, we learned that via Alice's path and Sigma's path.
There won't be anyone left. I'd rather die here.
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she found in the warehouse after the AB room moved and exposed it. She took it with her and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Temiochi. The first question is, who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is the message Clover left, 016. I'm probably gonna guess this right now. It's definitely not Luna. No, not at all. By the way it looks, it just kind of looks like a backwards Dio, of course. If you think about it, though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That means she would have had to write with her right hand on her right thigh. I feel like it would be really hard to do that, you know. Why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together and the message got transferred to the right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She was trying to write D-I-O. With her dying breath, she was trying to tell us the name of her killer. Now, about Kay and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagine it happened. Kay probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol. We found the bottle in Kay's robe. He wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. As soon as Kay turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take preemptive action. When we found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned to switch the lights off, and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Ooh. Kay was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab the spear and stab Dio. Then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies. None of them your fault.
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust you.
What?
I trust you because you're a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you. Can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Eventually, we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes, Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily. But that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him here.
In a way.
But why?
Because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay?
Fine.
Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put her bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with the handkerchief. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms.
5th and 6th?
Counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the 5th.
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then, who moved to the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What?
Luna, listen to me very carefully. As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours. This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the Nonary Game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes. Our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But...
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command, and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter. The 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. After that, I went into the AB room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake. So I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes. It was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out. I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you've been ordered to.
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders. Then is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But she gave you the orders.
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And that person is Zero Senior?
Yes. They worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Junior, too. I told you before that Zero Junior moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually we figured out that the rooms have been moved and that she was in your room.
Then maybe they wanted the opposite.
You mean?
Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make sense either. If they want people to suspect you, why move the room?
You're right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife there.
Yes, I think so.
But how could they know that?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved, which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Phi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait. You were listening to us in the security office?
Yes. That wasn't all I was listening to, though. I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras?
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman, and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders?
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun.
Oh boy.
I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help.
Yeah, so that was the woman scream that Kay heard.
She refused to let go, of course, while we were fighting over it.
So I was right. Clover technically killed Luna. Whoa, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight, I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
You mean because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
That's why you, died? To keep up the facade that you are human?
No. I collapsed collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders, too. So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left?
Yes.
Okay, but she didn't return. At 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover left the cabin in the crew quarters.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio.
Dio?
Yes. I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her go by?
Yes. I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing. But he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
Yeah, probably retrieve the knife. At 0 hours, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
didn't take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
But he couldn't because me and Phi have that bracelet. Right. Without it, Dio and Kay, the yellow pair, wouldn't be able to get through the secondary door. Right?
Yeah, but he couldn't find it.
Of course. Phi had already taken it by then.
Yes, but there was something else he wanted to do, too. He was there to take the knife, and moving it was gruesome.
But why did he want the knife? Was it because he used it to kill the old woman?
No, I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidons. Yeah, but I think there's a way to get around that, since pretty much Clover and Alice knew the engraving. All he had to do was kill Clover, and that was that.
Yes.
What does Myrmidons mean?
It's the name of the organization he belongs to.
What is it? Like a club or something?
I don't think so.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
No idea?
I'm afraid not.
Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, wouldn't that mean he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
You got a point. Damn it, this is ridiculous. I guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if he had anything useful. That was where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. At 0 hours 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover.
Yeah,
found
because
her
he
with
thinks
the
Clover
AED.
knew too much.
She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Dio didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just So what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
When Clover tried to push past Dio, Luna said they began to fight.
Fuck do you think you're doing?
Dio pulled the knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up.
Dio, what the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt toward Dio. The younger man dodged him easily and lashed out with the knife. Tamiochi caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled. Then, as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. But Dio was a much younger and stronger man, and the wound Tamiochi gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar, Dio threw him off, and Tamiochi collapsed to the floor.
What are you going to do?
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you gonna beat us to death or something?
No. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
You've got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close. Give or take. If somebody happens to come by here before the doors close, you might live. But if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help now. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors. So unless they're pretty close, nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
Oh gosh darn it, Dio, really?
25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean me, Find K, right?
Yes. You were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. Kay had told us about you. We'd also noticed that the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. If only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil.
The aesthetic, right?
Yes. Almost immediately they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
And the word she wrote was Dio.
Yes. As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe. And Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with the spear. And I guess that's when we found them.
Yes.
When did Kay get the luminol?
After they went through the white door, Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Dio expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, Kay checked them over for anything useful.
And that was when he found the luminol.
Right. That's everything that happened. Do you have any questions?
Well, what do you think? Does a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with the luminol, right? Sure, I remember that.
Right after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji, the center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
That was the treatment room, right?
Yes.
Where Quark was sleeping?
Right. It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes. The display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment you looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
Why was Quark's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from the crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
What?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching.
Wait, so you're telling me the aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart sends out?
Yes. All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped?
Yes.
Holy shit. It was that easy all along. And you're never going to use that trick during the entire game.
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off. Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait, why was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to the treatment pod?
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too? Or was it Zero Jr.?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero Jr.?
That's right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it wasn't really him that did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Senior and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does. So, are you going to tell me?
Tell you what?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happens in here has something to do with it. So, why were we brought here?
To play the Nonary Game.
And why were we supposed to play the Nonary Game?
That was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that.
Why?
It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then what?
I wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying Clover and Tamiochi died for this project?
Yes.
Well, actually, it was the tubocurine that killed them. But they were only injected with it because of their bracelets, and they were only wearing those bracelets because of the Nonary Game. If the Nonary Game was part of the project, then that's one more way it killed them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Now, what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
Then if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room would never have taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
Six people died here. 4 of them were murdered one way or another by Dio. At first, that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died. But that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means that the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Please, Luna, tell me. What is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma.
And she starts playing the music box again.
Would you hug me?
What? Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. I swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Oh gosh. Hey, Luna? What the hell is going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber. But after Clover gave me the tubocurine...
Okay. I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem. Just a machine. A jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time.
Yeah.
Even though I look like this?
Of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
What?
Yes. That was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kay and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. that's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself. And I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Junior's systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes. Very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Junior is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
What? Why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserve this.
No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna! Luna! It's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please, don't...
Sorry. My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna!
Thank you, Sigma. And... goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor? But she couldn't answer. I squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away. With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and the cold pool of tears over my heart. Dang, I really felt sad after all this. I really do. And yeah, this is the Luna ending. Oh my gosh. How could you not feel sad for her after all this? How could you not? So we only got 2 endings left. Quark and Phi. Yeah, but first, let's just go ahead and betray Luna. Because, yeah, let's suspect that Luna did kill all these people. Just as Phi said, let's just suspect. Luna! Where's Luna? I leapt out of the door and ran toward the AB room I thought she'd entered. But... she's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... there was. No. She didn't take it?
That doesn't make sense. Why would she show up just when we're about to vote? There was no reason for her to come here if she was just going to default.
Results from... please?
Right, the results. Yeah. Sorry, I skipped Phi's there. Right, let's go have a look. And yeah, we should know what the results are.
points, please.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that again.
Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized.
Harrison, okay, not reading that anymore.
5 of them are dead already, and Quark's bracelet is off.
That means all those penalties are meaningless.
Yeah.
We still don't know why Luna showed up, though. There's no reason to come here just to abstain.
I can only guess at her reasons, but I'm sure it was part of some plan.
A plan for what?
Who knows? So what do we do now? Whatever Luna's scheming, we still managed to get 9 BP. Do you want to leave?
No, we can't. We still don't know if Quark is safe. No way am I leaving before we find him.
I agree. I hoped you'd say that.
So, are you going to stay?
Of course. Let's get moving.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. And investigate the rooms. We're not gonna find Quark. Yeah, we're not gonna find out. Yeah, we investigated the Golem Bay next, and apparently the door of the treatment center is not unlocked. Or at least we didn't notice it. We haven't investigated the director's office before. Shit! He's not here either.
This is the last room. Well, the last room we can get into.
And we haven't seen... Another typo! It should be seen Luna, not see. And we haven't seen Luna either.
Yeah.
Where the hell did she go? We were standing there trying to decide what to do next when we heard a familiar voice echo through the facility.
The number 9 door has been opened.
Yeah. Luna got Quark's bracelet.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
What?
No, that's not possible.
What's not possible? But she only bit her lip and said nothing. Then all too soon it was over.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary Game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
What? What just happened? It's all over now, isn't it? We're stuck here forever.
We should go back to the Floor A warehouse. I need to know if the door actually opened or not.
With that, she was off. Yeah. With a sigh, I turned to follow. We can't just look at the door and tell if it was opened or not.
True, but the projection should tell us.
What? Luna and Quark escaped?
So it would seem.
Why? How? Almost as if on cue, the screen flickered. And Zero Jr. appeared.
Well! Long time no see, Zero! Remember your old pal, Zero?
You!
I'm guessing somebody's hoping for an explanation about what the diddlio just happened. Because we're such great friends, I decided to make an exception and descend from on high to give you the 411. Aren't you happy?
So what's this explanation you've got?
Well, let's start with little Quark. He was given an anesthetic that put him to sleep. While he was out, Luna carried him through to the other side of the number 9 door.
But how did she open the door?
With Quark's bracelet, you silly bunny. It was still in the infirmary. Remember? Luna just hopped over there and picked it up.
So I was right. Quark had 9 BP when the second round ended.
But didn't he get penalized after the third round?
Yes, he did. But the penalty can't take away your points. Just your life. The needles popped out and so on, but the points stayed the same.
So Luna took Quark to the door.
And since her bracelet was already off, she wouldn't have suffered the penalty.
No. But it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Oh, right. She's a golem.
Alright, I think my tickle is through.
Okay, well, I got some questions for you, buddy.
Not you.
Well, good thing you guys don't have questions for me. That guy's a jerk.
This isn't the alphabet.
You must be feeling pretty good if you're able to jump around like that. I mean, 6 people just died here. It's not really a big deal. That's just how you humans are, after all. So, as long as you make it, nothing else matters. Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
Don't screw with us.
It's cool. It's cool. I know you gotta act tough. I mean, you chose betray. That means you don't trust Luna, right? Figures? She's a golem. She might even be a murderer. That's why you were planning to leave her here and bone out, wasn't it? You see, it's all about you. Haven't you thought about how sad you made Luna?
What?
Well, looks like my time here's just about all used up.
Wait, I still have questions for...
I won't wait. I don't like waiting. I waited once, and some half-witted reptile got the better of me because of it. After that, I'm going to make sure to value my time.
The tortoise and the hare.
Alrighty then. I'll see you when I see ya. Have a nice trader.
For a few long moments, Fi and I just stared at the spot on the wall where Zero disappeared. Where'd Quark been? Who had given him an aesthetic, and why? We had no idea who killed everyone, and Zero Senior's identity, as well as the purpose of the Nonary Game, remained a mystery. As for our futures... what are we supposed to do now? I hadn't meant to say the words out loud, but there they were.
The tortoise won because he kept going even when it looked hopeless. I think we should do the same. We've got plenty of time after all. We'll give the dead the closest thing to a funeral we can manage. And when that's done, we'll start looking. Even if I never leave this place, I'll figure out why we were here. I swear it.
I looked at the fire in her eyes and nodded. If nothing else, at least we have purpose. Unfortunately, that's Luna's game over number 2. Well, I still got time here, so I might as well go for another quick ending, most likely. I'll try to see if I can get to Quarks quickly enough. Because after all, we know what to do here.
What?
Sigma's...
But of course, how can we get 5 minutes of life? Well, we know something about the cybernetic arm, so maybe that should help with something.
Sigma, what's wrong with your hand? There's something white on it. The structure of the bones in your arms isn't anything close to human. Your arms are cybernetic.
What the hell is that? I have cybernetic arms? It was both shocking and utterly obvious. Of course my arms were artificial. Titanium alloy bones with an ABT exterior to mimic human skin. But I had no idea why. Nor did I know when my human arms, which I distinctly remembered having, had been replaced. And that flash of Luna I'd seen, I was certain that had never happened. Those things hardly mattered, though. If I survived, I could worry about them later. The fact that my arms were mechanical, however, that might be useful. I called up all the strength I had left and stood one more time. What are you waiting for? Why don't you open it already?
What?
Did I stutter? Open the number 9 door.
Sigma, what are you saying?
Looks like you finally gave up. Whatever. I was just about to flip the switch anyway.
Then hurry up and...
Hey, don't rush me. Okay, you've got 9 BP now, right?
Yes?
Well, what do you say? Want to come with?
I will remain here.
Why?
I cannot abandon Sigma.
Don't worry about me. Go. You have to get outside and call for help.
But...
Do you think Dio will? If he's the only one who gets out of here, there's no hope for the rest of us. You're the only one we can count on.
I understand.
Great. Glad we got that settled. Shall we go?
No! Stop!
I began to move, but it was already too late. Dio grabbed the lever and threw it down. Yeah, that opens the number 9 door.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
It's been fun. Peace.
I promise to call for help and return as soon as I can. Please, do not give up hope.
Yeah, I know. Just get going already. But... just you, Kay.
Huh?
As Dio turned to look at me, I crouched. Then, calling on every last bit of strength my wearied body could supply, I launched myself toward him like a coiled spring. I slammed into his legs, knocking him to the floor and wrapping my hands around his ankle before he could get back up.
Hey! What are you doing, you bastard? The door's gonna close! Go! Go, goddammit! Let me go!
He lashed out with his free leg at my head, shoulders, and arms, but I held on. I ignored the pain, tightening my grip with every blow.
Hey! What the hell is this shit? Why are you doing this? I kept my promise, didn't I?
Yeah, so did I. As far as I recall, it didn't say anything about letting you escape.
What? Shit! Stop screwing around, asshole! I have to get out of here. I'm not going to let my sacred mission get fucked up by some self-righteous idiot!
Dio began to pull himself along with his elbows, bit by bit edging closer to the exit. He was headed straight through the door, but the gate was already beginning to close. With only a few feet to spare before it shut, he crawled across the threshold and beyond the door.
Sigma! Stop! That's enough! Please, you have to let go!
The door's going to shut on you if you don't let go!
Alright. See you later, Dio.
You're an idiot right up until the end, aren't you? Just hurry up and die, you senile old fuck!
No. I'm going to live. Ooh. Damn, Sigma. That was one messed up plan right there.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary Game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
The announcer's voice grated at the inside of my skull. I felt tired. So very, very tired. I felt my eyes flutter close. And then, nothing.
Sigma!
Sigma! Finally awake, huh?
Where am I? I rubbed my eyes and slid my legs off the bed to stand up. Well, to be honest, it was an examination table, not a bed. Which meant... the infirmary, huh?
I guess they carried you out here after you passed out.
You guess?
Well, I wasn't there to see it. I was out, just like you. But I was in the AD room.
Why?
That bastard Kay. He punched me in the stomach. I can't believe him. He didn't want me voting, so...
Whoa. And after he knocked you out, he voted betray, which brought his BP up to 9.
Yes.
So, where is he now?
On the other side of the number 9 door. With Dio.
You told him to go, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Is your arm okay?
Arm?
I heard what happened. Cybernetic arms, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. I was starting to get a feeling something was up with you.
I looked down at my left hand, or rather I looked down at where my left hand should have been. Instead there was a stub, wrapped in white gauze. I told myself I'd do anything to get the cure, even if it meant letting Dio betray me, but I had a feeling I might come to miss my hand. Oh yeah, how's Quark?
I'm right here.
Quark! Man, I'm glad you're alright. Feeling better?
Yep. Thanks to you. You got the medicine from that jerk Dio, right? Luna gave it to me, and now I'm better. Thanks. You're the best, Mr. Sigma. You saved my life.
It seemed they'd shared stories while I was asleep. Everyone knew now how I'd made a deal with Dio and about the journal we found with the Latin in it. Clover and Fi seemed to have done most of the talking.
It was completely the opposite of what we guessed. We're not infected. The rest of the world is. That means this place isn't a quarantine facility. It's more like a shelter.
Well, we don't know anything for sure yet. I thought the same thing you did, but then Sigma pointed out a couple of discrepancies.
Yeah. Fi and I had already gotten over it, but... I explained what I noticed. 1. If we were in a shelter for unaffected people, why had Quark been infected? Any place designed to keep a virus like that out would have a lot of safeguards to keep anything from getting in. Had the virus really bypassed all those measures? It didn't seem likely. 2. The timing of our abductions and the pandemic's outbreak was strange. It would make sense if we'd been rescued after the disease had become widespread, but that wasn't what happened. First, we'd been abducted, then the pandemic had broken out. 3. We didn't know why Zero had put us in the Nonary Game. If we were survivors and wanted to protect, then why try and kill us? If we were in a shelter, why isn't it safe?
Well, what about this? Maybe someone anticipated the pandemic. I don't know who. Probably Zero. Anyway, they grabbed us before the pandemic really started. Then they put us in the shelter. But then, after a while, he got bored, so he decided to have us play this game to kill time.
Who on earth would make people he rescued play a game where they could die just because he was bored?
Well, we don't actually know if there is poison in this bracelet.
What?
You're the only one who's gotten injected so far. And when you did, it was only Soparil.
What are you saying? That what I did at the number 9 door was all pointless?
No, that's not what I mean.
That can't be it. I'm sure there's tubocurarine in the bracelets. The Atom's analysis confirmed it.
But what if the Atom is lying?
If you're going to do that, then we don't have anything to base any speculations on. You could say that the newspaper article was fake, or that the Latin journal wasn't real.
Or the journal was real, but my translation was a lie.
You made it up?
No, my translation was accurate. I'm just making the point that once you start talking about this stuff being fabricated, it doesn't stop. I don't think Zero is doing this just to take the piss out of a lime.
What?
I was just trying to stress that I don't think Zero would do this to pass the time.
How'd you make that mistake?
However, I do think Clover has half a point.
Meaning?
That someone did anticipate this pandemic. That part seems reasonable.
Well, if the virus was spread on purpose, then I could see how that might make sense.
Yeah. It's not like Noah put all the animals on his ark after the flood happened.
He went around before the rain started falling to gather them all up, right?
Are you saying that we were rescued because we're all that's left of humanity?
We were brought here because someone knew there would be a pandemic that would turn us into an endangered species? Does that mean we're supposed to repopulate the planet?
Repopulate? I looked around and did a quick inventory. Four women, an old man, and a kid. That meant I was the only young, fertile male. Repopulation, huh? That didn't sound so bad. If that was the case, maybe there wasn't a reason to escape. If the newspaper and the journal were right, then the world outside was crawling with a deadly virus. Why would we go expose ourselves to that? This would be the safest, happiest place on Earth.
The game's over. There's no point to any of this now.
No, that's not true. The game might be over, but we've still got a lot of unanswered questions. In fact, we've got even more questions.
So, are those answers going to open the number 9 door again? It's all over. Why we're stuck here doesn't mean shit. The 8 of us aren't leaving, ever. That's all that matters.
8?
You're including the old woman?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? What if the old lady is Zero Senior?
Yeah, you're right. We never even considered that.
That would mean the person in charge of all this was murdered by somebody. That doesn't make sense. Maybe she wasn't murdered.
Huh? Are you saying she was infected with Radical 6 and killed herself?
But we didn't find a knife or any kind of weapon in the AB room with her.
Maybe she was killed somewhere else, and then someone carried her in there.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should go take a look at her one more time.
Unfortunately, this is where I'm gonna have to call it for right now. Yeah, sorry for the sudden cliffhanger right there. But I was running out of time anyway. And I felt like this is a good place to stop. Jeez, I really dislike getting all those broadcast cuts like that. I thought I dealt with that issue already. I guess this issue is probably never going to go away as long as the internet's like this. So, thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a good day / night. Until the next stream where we might see the true ending, possibly. Either the next stream or the stream right after, possibly. Fairly well.